Hilfiger, nigger. Wednesday evening, this is the Star Report, late night edition. And I'm here to be as objective as possible. Let me just say off the rip, the press conference that took place in New York City today with regards to the Sesame Place debacle, a quagmire of sorts, held in front of the Sesame Workshop. Tamika Mallory was cooking. Woo! We have to keep it real. We have to be objective on the objective perspective. If you have not seen the press conference, it's in my community section. Salute to the homie of my son. He held her down, and the mother of one of the girls who this past Saturday was snubbed by the Rosita Muppet character. And inside that costume was a female. And I don't know if she was black, white, Hispanic. I don't know. If you know, please educate me. But the mother spoke. She did a good job. The lawyer was a little too jiggy for my taste, but just it wasn't Benjamin Crump. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah, Father, in the name of the blood, okay? So I want to talk about the press conference, and if you have not seen it, don't worry. I want to try and bring my showrunner question into the conversation more so. Will black culture always be exploited? Oh, it's exploited by many people, not just white people, but by black people as well. I'm going to go back, but not too far back because I know I speak to younger people. Vaudeville, Step and Fetch It, Mantan Marlin, Amos and Andy, and a host of others. The coons in America set a tone. They set a lot of things in motion that till this day are very hard for black people to get away from in terms of stereotypes. But at the same time, you have black people who, in large numbers, in my opinion, exploit the ignorance of black culture. Even if they don't live amongst, the disenfranchised, they from time to time, they say, don't make me get ghetto, something to that degree. As if to show they can get down and dirty when need be. So will it always be exploited? Now, I need to ask some of you because I don't want to just go in on the attack. I want to be as fair as possible. But the whole wearing the bonnets now, black females, is that exploiting the ignorance of black culture? I don't know. Troll babies, what say you? Good evening. The whole wearing the bonnets in public. Somebody sent me a video earlier, or an email, pardon me. Some type of, I forget the name of the place, some turkey leg. Some girl, they tried to put her out or they didn't want to serve her. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Some type of turkey leg establishment. Something with the dress code. She had a bonnet and she went live. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Now, I can't necessarily come down on today's generation for wearing bonnets because I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, black girls up in Harlem. I think Harlem girls started this. I could be wrong, but the whole wearing the doobies. Does anybody know what a doobie is? Their hair wrapped when they used to go to the Dominicans, and then they'd put those big-ass bobby pins up in there, and they didn't wear scarves. Headscarves was more of a 70s thing with the big-ass rollers. When the 80s came around, somewhere in the 80s or maybe the early 90s, they started wearing doobies. Oh, yeah. And then you had girls in the other, boroughs that started, wearing the doobies. But I think that was a Harlem thing. Harlem always sets the trends, goddamn. Let's keep it real. So I can't just say that wearing a bonnet is something that we should blame the younger generation for. I know that comedian Monique spoke about, hey, girlfriend, what does she say? Hey, sister, don't go into these airports and these Walmarts with your pajamas on and a bonnet. But again, I remember black women in large numbers, proudly wearing a doobie. Okay, also, this evening, I have a few notes here, not too many. Oh, I'm sorry, and you know what? Don't pay any attention to the double R on my Instagram page. I'm testing it out. I didn't purchase it yet. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. Do you know what a double R is? Top back, holla back. How does that song go? Money ain't a thing, switching 4 lanes. And I'm not getting enough hate. If you follow me on Instagram, you should know what I'm talking about, huh? Oh, hang on a second. I think somebody's trying to line me up, or maybe there's a young girl. I'm not going to say your name, young lady, if you're watching. I don't do that, but I have a 23-year-old talking about she's coming into Atlanta this weekend. She wants to connect. I'm like, huh? Who sent you? I'll keep you posted. Okay, sit tight on the phones. I see a couple of people. Hold on a second. Let me make sure everything is correct here. Spelling. Okay. All right, anyway, so let me get focused here on the press conference today. Did anybody see the press conference? The family from the viral Sesame Place video, which happened in Philadelphia, in case you don't know, this past Saturday, there were some family members, and again, you had I just saw Tamika Mallory and my son, and their organization is called Untitled Freedom. Until Freedom. The press conference, I thought for the most part it was impactful. I am the objective hater, folks, not a player hater. I mean, I have taken shots at Tamika Mallory in the past. She's now up in the Escalade, financed by Cadillac. But she came out today or this morning, whenever that press conference hit, and salute to Dana with the data, she called me and said, hey, Tamika Mallory is live at the press conference. Tamika, she thanked the lawyer. I think his name is Lamar. I'm not really up to speed on the lawyer. I didn't Google him. Tamika thanked the lawyer, and then she got busy. And I didn't really take notes, but who owns the Sesame Street Corporation? Tamika Mallory let them know. we got our eye on you. So to me, that means, she's going in for the kill. And I'm not mad at that. If you know the history of activists in this country and people that have been out on the front lines, so to speak, it goes back decades, centuries, if you will. A lot of people talk about, Black Lives Matter, George Soros. It's been going on long before then. I've mentioned Anita Bryant to you folks from time to time. She was funded by certain groups. Hang on a second. So I'm not mad at Tamika going in for the bag, but man, was she popping at the press conference. Did anybody see the press conference? If you didn't, that's okay. I'm not going to force you to watch the whole goddamn thing, but it's in my community section. Objectively speaking, do you think that Tamika was lit at the press conference, huh? Cooking them niggas. Sauteing them with onions. But what I didn't like, unless I missed something, they're not officially filing a lawsuit now. They're talking about changing, inclusion or something. I just think that's kind of far-fetched, because no one can really monitor what Sesame Street or Sesame Place does with regards to training and inclusivity, yada, yada, yada. I mean, it's got to be about a bag. It's got to be about a bag. Vic Damone, got your donation. Hold on a second. Vic Damone says, are we a society getting too sensitive? ? Seems like we jumped the gun on trying to cancel folks these days. If you're talking about all cultures, possibly, 5 people can kick up dust on social media and create the illusion that they're 50,000 strong. Possibly, but are you targeting that at black people? Can you be a little bit more specific? Do you want to call in? Something else I wanted to say was right on the tip of my tongue. Hold on a second. Okay, so with regards to Sesame Street and Sesame Place, they have a history of working with the black community. Let me just say that to be fair, because, you know, sometimes a corporation can become so large, too large, that it's broken off, or broken apart, pardon me, and it becomes a faceless monster. A faceless monster. So everybody cannot necessarily be in the loop or up to speed on how the corporation should move or how it has come about throughout its history. You know what I need? Hold on a second. I just sent someone a text message. Okay. I want the lyrics to okay, Sesame Street lyrics. Can you tell me how to here it is. Sunny day, sweeping the clouds away, on my way to where the air is sweet. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Now, I watched Sesame Street as a kid. I most certainly did. Okay, Dana, hold on a second. I see you, Dana. My father and many of your fathers or grandfathers, they called the television the idiot box. Yes? No? Troll babies? They didn't want the kids to be programmed by the idiot box. And that's the reason why my mother and your mothers or your aunts, your uncles, they told you on Saturday at a certain point, hey, turn off the idiot box and go outside and play. Can I get an amen in the live chat if you know what I'm talking about? You could watch Speed Racer, Spider-Man. What else did I watch on Saturdays? I'm forgetting. I watched after school during the weekdays. I watched Magilla Gorilla, Iron Man. But you had to turn the idiot box off. Okay, I see some of you saying, okay, amen. Yeah. Turn off the idiot box and go outside. Now, my father, again, as you know, a man from the South, he knew that I was different, so he allowed me to, be in all the little, mulatto things going on in the suburbs. Do you know what show my picture was on? This is how old I am. I am proud of my generation. Has anyone ever heard of a show called Zoom? Come on and zoom, zoom. Come. I sent in my picture. I sent in 2 pictures to this show called Zoom, and I remember seeing my picture all the time on the goddamn screen. Now, I was never on the show. Zoom. Is that going too far back for some of you? Yeah, go ahead and laugh. Yeah. I can send you a link right now to the old Zoom shows from the early 70s. And you slow it down, and there's Troy Terrain looking like Foster Silvers. Hang on, I just printed out the lyrics. Oh, shit. Dana with the data. Sit tight. I'm coming right back. Sit tight. Where's my highlighter? I can't find a highlighter. And folks, we may have the nigga specialist calling in tonight. Randy gave Jen that name. Jen is 5 subscribers away from 3,000. Let's get Jen to 3,000 subscribers tonight, guys. If you can go to On the Block with Jen, subscribe. Let her hit that mark, okay? Hold on a second. Okay, Sesame Street theme. Dana with the data. Dana, thank you for putting me up to speed on the press conference earlier. Do you want to speak about it?
Yeah, just real quick, because when I first called you, I was just like, come on, they're taking it a little bit too far. But when I was looking at another YouTuber, Ikamel, and he was showing all of the clips of
Ikamel.
Ikamel,
Yeah. Great
all
guy.
of the clips with.
Great guy. Go ahead.
Yeah. So he was showing all of the clips of the puppets going past all the black kids. And I'm like, wait a minute. It's one too many incidents on different days, different seasons.
Okay.
One of the mothers even said, you see him go right past me?
Mm-hmm.
And so and we don't know if the people under those costumes are black, white, but the fact is that they were ignoring those black kids. So, and then that's when I called you back and I said, F Sesame Place and even Sesame Street, right?
Okay.
Yeah. But the conference was very interesting because they said they were not going to sue, but they did want Sesame Place to implement inclusive diversity training.
Right,
and one of the reasons why they didn't want to sue because they didn't want to put the small child through a deposition.
Mm-hmm.
However, why are you not calling for black people to boycott? That's more impactful, and I did a little bit of history.
I disagree, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, Sesame Street was created. It was the backdrop of the civil rights movement and the war on poverty. Mm-hmm. So they thought of this idea to create a television show to prepare disadvantaged children for school. Mm-hmm. That whole neighborhood, that was like the backdrop was the neighborhood of Harlem. That's where they got it from. Yeah. The creator, Joanne Cooney, she hired black women to write for the show. Right. It was a lot of black people behind the scenes of that show. So for this to be happening today, forget the diversity training because that should already be part of your, employee standards. Mm-hmm. But we need to start boycotting.
Let me jump in and respond to what you just said. I don't think boycotting works, me personally. I don't think it has worked for decades in this country. Sounds great, respectfully, but I think at this point, in my opinion, Sesame Street, Sesame Place, and whatever other branches that they have, amusement parks, multiple digital channels, they probably have Sesame Street radio, merchandise, it's huge, it's a conglomerate. I think that it has gotten so far away from what it used to be or once was, to the point where it needs to be either, I don't know, just, I don't want to say regulated because I don't believe in regulating all the time, but something else needs to happen. Maybe a black division. Do they have a black division? Something that caters specifically
that's what I'm saying.
To the urban audience.
The puppets are different colors, but the whole concept of Sesame Street was about black. So why would you have a black division? Is there an LGBTQ division? Is there a Hispanic division?
There will be soon. There will be soon.
That wouldn't work. They implement different characters. But let me just go back because boycotting do work because boycotting means that you're taking your money out of something and you economically putting a company in a disadvantage. It worked for the bus boycott. It worked for Wonder Bread companies when black people actually stopped spending money with certain companies that practice discriminatory practices. So boycott is more effective than protesting and more effective than your press conference wanting inclusive training.
Okay.
So, but we don't ever do that because we're still spending money. So, which means you're still allowing this type of behavior to happen.
If I can respond to what you just said, boycotting combined with publicity may have had, well, it did have impact, pardon me, a long time ago. But now you have people who are no longer of the mindset of black is beautiful. To be young, gifted, and black. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Those days are gone. There are so many different types of black people now, and rightfully so, whether they're Cape Verdean, African American, Caribbean. They don't move like they used to once upon a time. But If I can ask you, Dana, to try and tie the press conference into the showrunner, will black culture always be exploited? If I can tie that into the title. Hang on. Maybe, and I'm not giving anybody a pass, no other culture. Maybe the most dominant music, talking about hip-hop / rap, has become so powerful, so influential to the point where people are judged wrongly. Everybody's a rapper. If somebody gets shot, they say, well, they don't say a young mother got shot. They say a female rapper just because she had one fucking video up on goddamn YouTube. They call her a rapper. So the culture itself, are people exploiting it? And is that dangerous to black people who do not subscribe to or who do not glorify ignorance? Am I making sense?
So that's why I was going to follow up after the Sesame Street, because that was a great segue.
Okay.
And I wanted to chime in on that.
Come on.
Yes, black culture is exploited, and it's always going to be exploited because we don't own nothing. We don't own our content. We don't own our image, our branding. We don't own it. Somebody else owns it of a different hue, and they're dictating to what they want you to portray in the world, and it's 10 times heightened now because we have advanced technology and all types of social media platforms. So if they say, hey, if you want some money, you want to make all this money, you want to become rich and famous, then I need for you to go out here and act like a savage and a nigga and a hoe. And they're going to do it. But why? You don't own your culture. So it's always going to be exploited.
What about the black people who just get up on Instagram and do goofy shit, and they're not looking to be a part of any record company, or they're not looking for a movie deal? They just do goofy shit to do goofy shit. Are they not also? Hang on. Are they not also guilty of exploiting the ignorance of black culture?
Right. What they're doing is they're exploiting ignorance and calling it culture, our culture, as if that's the only, aspect of our culture. So again, if you are on TikTok, if you are on Instagram, no, you don't own that content that you're putting out. You may get a monetized check depending on how many subscribers you have. Okay. And again, that's why they do it. However, Instagram still owns those images. So we're not creating a platform about us, for us.
Gotcha.
Putting out the opposite, a positive image. Mm-hmm. So it all goes back, to ownership.
Okay.
So.
Okay. What's the latest on your platform, Dana with the Data?
I just did my Black Wealth series today. It's a great show with the 10K Project and DJ Money Coach.
Okay.
How to generate generational wealth. How to build generational wealth. And that's today. And I actually dropped part 2 of, we was talking about culture with me and the judge.
Okay.
And of course, go to The Real Dana and for the Man Up Show with me and Judge Joe Brown tomorrow, Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern.
And when are you going to see the judge again, Dana, if I can be a little nosy?
I'm going next month in August.
Okay. Nice to talk to you, Dana. Nice to talk to you.
All right. Thank you. Have a good
night.
Take
care. Bye now. Dana with the Data, tapping in. Area code 718. Sit tight. I'll be right back. 718. Let me go to Cash App. On the screen, guys, Devious J. Devious J, do you want to call in? I just reposted one of your videos at the top of the community section. Do you want to talk about it? Devious J, let me know. Shoot me an email or text me. Okay, thank you. Someone sent me a link to Young Pharaoh and Tasha K. Okay, I'll try and check that out tonight or tomorrow. Hold on a second. What is this? Okay, that's something different. Sorry. Ricky Rick tapping in. Do you still own the slave chains you used to wear? Question mark. Thank you, Ricky Rick, for tapping in with your donation. Tate says exploiting since Roosevelt Franklin. Okay. The real Rico Mercado. F. Rory, Rosita, and Randy. Okay. Precise tapping in. Okay, thank you, Precise. Precise is going live tonight, guys, on YouTube in 15 minutes. Hold on a second. Where is his showrunner information so I can make sure that I promote Precise? And if you are another YouTube platform, folks, please take note that I have no problem promoting other sponsors that are on the same time as the Star Report. Okay? There's Precise live on YouTube. He should be live at this point in time right now. Okay? Blade tapping in. Blade says, check your email. Okay, Blade, hold on a second. Okay, Blade says, facts. Black Lives Matter ain't the first black front organization to be covertly funded by other cultures to carry out their own agenda. Okay, Harold Cruz pointed this out in his book, Look Up Joel Springarm, okay? And how Star's business partners created the NAACP. Thank you, Blade. Also, speaking of my showrunner, will black culture always be exploited? Hold on a second, guys. I'm sorry, that was a phone call. Paris Hilton. This was over 5 years ago, maybe even farther back. And I'm just throwing this out there to show you how certain people of class, or so-called class, and stature love to go slumming and utilize black ignorance to try and connect to what they perceive to be the culture. Paris Hilton, there was a video with her and one of her girlfriends. They were in a club and they were spitting some lyrics to Biggie. Oh, and every other word was nigga, nigga, nigga. And I said, okay, so they're going to let this bitch get away with that. Whether black artists or people use the N-word or not, or a derivative of the N-word, or use it as a term of endearment, there comes a point in my mind, I could be wrong, when a white or Hispanic person should stop using it. I don't give a goddamn where you grew up. I don't. Some of you may remember when Fat Joe came on my show, I called him a spick to his face respectfully, and then I asked him a question. I don't mean to tell the story again, but I asked him about if a white guy came into the room with a shotgun. I said, Joe, and you're sitting there and a black guy and an Asian guy, and the white guy said, I'm here to shoot the nigger. What would you say, Joe? Anybody remember that? He tried to squirm out of it, and I said, I come out. And then he said, I would say, here I am. I'm right here. I said, okay, all right. But at least I put that to him. Oh, who remembers when I called Angie Martinez a spick to her face? I was interviewing her. She had something out on Elektra Records. Whatever that song was, it was horrible. I don't really want to go into it because I've had no problems with her, even though I've been told she hates my guts. And rightfully so. She was working with a little racist, Patty Duke. Hold on a second. Folks, can I go left for a second? Any old Hot 97 listeners there, who remembers Patty Duke? And what up, Patty? Patty Duke from Brooklyn. Patty Duke was part of the crowd that killed Yusef Hawkins. He took some type of deal. I'll say allegedly. And he went on to work at Hot 97 for years. Yeah, Batty Duke ran down Yusef Hawkins in Brooklyn. They beat that black man to death. I'm snitching. I don't think he was charged with you, or maybe he was. I don't know. I forget. I'll say allegedly he put hands on Yusef Hawkins, or maybe he was just with the mob. Anyway, okay, let me get back to the show here. Gangs of Love tapping in. Okay, Gangs of Love. Okay, Bert and Ernie were homosexuals. Okay. Gangs of Love, listen, you spent Skrilla, my nigga. Do you want to call in? I'll call Rory. You guys can chop it up again. It's Wednesday night. Where do you want to go, man? Area code 718, good evening. We're talking about the press conference. Are you up to speed? 718.
I'm up to speed. I did not see the conference because I do not like Tamika Mallory or my son. I believe they are race baiters.
Okay.
And I believe they are ambulance chasers. And
so am I.
Not support anyone under
so am I.
the tutelage under Al Sharpton. Oh, we know you are, Stud, but that's who we know you are, and that's who we admit you are. So that's why we respect you for that.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not, but you don't put on this facade like you're just strictly for black people and black betterment. So that's why we don't expect that from you.
Got you.
But Tamika Mallory, and my son, they go on this tirade saying, we need to do better and this and that. But yet, they just do a bunch of church work and hand out groceries when really nothing has actually changed. Rather it be laws, rather it be financially, nothing actually changes because they don't actually.
Sir, can I ask, how old are you? How old are you, sir?
I'm 36.
Is this Jay the Bandit?
What was that?
Is this Jay the Bandit? I mean, your voice sounds familiar.
Oh, no.
Okay. I've got prosopagnosia, so I don't know who's who. Okay, so now hang on a second. Hang on. So now you just used Michi X's talking points. Michi X is the one who said Tamika does church work as opposed to activism. Yes? That's Michi X.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And Michi X is a raw one. Is a raw one.
Oh, she is the truth with her fine ass. I've been trying to holler, but I think she's got a man or something. Anyway, okay, so now you don't like Tamika Mallory, but now, in my opinion, she was cooking today. And I have to respect it. I'm not a player hater. I'm the objective hater. She got busy. And she said some real things, and I was very, very delighted with her execution. Might you go see the press conference, or you just not fucking with her?
I'm not effing with it at all. And
Let me hear you say I'm not fucking with her. Fuck that algorithm. Let me hear you say, nigga, I ain't fucking with her.
I'm not fucking with it at all. I'm not fucking with her coon ass, and I'm not fucking with my son. Sell out, big lip mother.
My son's my homie. Slow down, don't disrespect him. That's my guy. Go ahead. You were saying? Go ahead.
And can I talk about black exploitation?
Please, yeah. Hold on a second. Let me fix my screen. Okay. Go ahead, sir. You were saying? Go ahead.
Black people will always be exploited because people talk about what we allow. Like me, I don't allow Hispanics or Spics to call me nigga. As soon as I hear you call me nigga, I'm going to start saying spick. And as soon as you ask me, why are you saying spick? I'm like, why are you saying nigga? And then as soon as you start with the fake, but it's part of my culture. No, you're not a part of this culture. Because you fence rattling mother effers when y'all around each other, y'all Hispanic. When y'all around white people, y'all white. When y'all around us, y'all fake black. So I do not allow that. I've been in plenty of fights with Hispanics, and I don't care. And I definitely don't allow crackers to say it at all. Because at the end of the day, if you say anything to them about entertainment, music, they will listen to you. If you say anything slight bit that's intellectual, anything that has anything to do with any scholastics or history, they will challenge you and will not believe anything you say.
Right.
So at the end of the day, they are not your friend. They are not my allies. Just because you like the most ignorant and most downgrade parts of my culture or nigger culture, because there's a difference between black culture and nigger culture. I'm not a nigger.
Let's go.
I'm not a nigger. I do not support gangs. I don't support the death, all this. I don't support drill. I don't support none of it. And I know we've been so conditioned in the last 50 years to love it and to embrace it. But I already know the psychological effects that it has on all of us, and that's why it's pumped out so much. That's why
I do want to say this though. I have no problem. Well, I'm so back and forth on this. I can understand Hispanics and blacks coming up in the hood, the slums, as they used to call it, the disenfranchised areas, together. But when you reach a certain point in life, I want to see Hispanics stop using the N-word. You're old enough to know. You're old enough to know. And you know, if you know the history of the SPIC word, how it was used against them with the Consensus Bureau in this country, when white folks made it clear, when you had to check off certain things for job applications, they just say Hispanic, not of white origin. So white people were letting them know, slow it down. But go ahead and finish.
And like I really want to say it, and this I don't really care who feel what way about this. I feel like the older generation have failed us, like they have continuously failed us, because they have taught us that money over everything. So that's why this generation is the way it is. That's why we coon so much. That's why we are so ignorant. That's why we want to show out for attention and views and money, because that is what the last generation showed us.
I agree.
Is to do whatever for money, and that's what we're doing.
I agree.
That's what we're doing. It's money over everything. It's money over our pride, money over our heritage, money over our history. We don't care about each other because we put that almighty dollar over everything. Yeah. And honestly, a lot of times I'll be ashamed to be black, because it's like I've never seen a people that is so against each other. I've never seen it the way we are. Like Africans hate African Americans, Haitians hate African Americans, Jamaicans hate, and we are at the very bottom, and we are global enemy number one, but yet we can still find the time to hate on each other and to sell out.
Are you dark skinned, brown skinned, or light complected?
I'm brown skinned.
Okay.
I'm brown skinned.
Might you be trying to lighten your family tree, respectfully?
What was that?
Might you be trying to lighten your family tree?
Never, because I know the darker, the more stronger your DNA is. My mother is
not necessarily
high yellow.
Not necessarily.
My father. I mean, we could do a whole genealogy debate on another time, but my father's dark skin, my mother's high yellow. So I already know kind of both sides. I already dealt with both from each side, but like I've never seen a people as insane as black people, because it's just demoralizing. Like look how many, and I'm not dissing Aaron, because like I said, I could be an Aaron, but there's so many of us that are against ourselves, bro. And now I'm saying he's an intelligent young.
Listen, so I don't want to go after another call. You know I don't do that. But listen, I thank you for
I'm not dissing him. I'm not dissing him. I'm bigging him up.
Okay. But I got to take more calls, man.
I'm bigging him up.
Got you. Thank you for
calling.
calling.
I'm saying how.
So I got to go. I got to take more calls. Thank you. I got to go.
I won.
Thank you. Okay. I let him speak. Hold on a second. How do I say your name? Daishan Star. Did you pay anybody $10 million? I got 2 emails. So I've never, ever paid anybody in a lawsuit. I've never even had a judgment where I had to pay somebody $10 million, let alone $1 million. People are salty and aggy and angry with me because I'm a self-made man. I'm a boss. So they think that lying is going to discredit or hurt me. Let me just say this. Again, I've never lost a lawsuit. I've never had to pay anybody. There's no corporation that paid somebody on my behalf. I've always given everybody my ass to kiss. I know what you're talking about. Let me just say this. I have all sorts of receipts, video footage, documentation. And at some point when I slow down, you will see a Troy Terrain starring Buck Wild documentary. Thus the reason why I don't put everything on social media now. I've got files and files and files of things. I've even got things from the 80s when I had to go see a judge 30 days before Larry Davis, the same judge. But to answer your question, I've never given anybody a fucking dime in a lawsuit. But let them tell their lies. Let them tell their lies. Thank you, okay? TB says, Star, you turned out my pregnant, drug-addicted mother back in the days in your van. Uh-oh. Okay. Hang on a second. Let me take a screenshot. Okay, thank you for your... Guys, on the screen, Asian Doll, July the 22nd, Let's Do a Drill will be dropping. And there's a new banner in my community section. I'm asking you to leave a comment under that banner for that young lady. She's bringing the heat. I would appreciate that. Kilama42 got your donation. The Sesame Sections... What? The Sesame Sections... Pardon me, the Sesame Section 8 Sesame Projects Program, 2023. Okay. I struggle with Ebonics, but thank you, okay? Heavy's tapping and just supporting the machine. Jersey, hashtag Camden. Camden, New Jersey. Do they still call it CMD? Cash, money, drugs. Thank you for your donation, okay? And Uncle Shug tapping in, my nigga. Guys, in the community section, please take notice to Uncle Shug's book. Please purchase a copy of the book. Matter of fact, if you purchase a copy of Uncle Shug's book, send me a screenshot. I'll give you 2 free weeks of promotion on the Star Report. For the next 24 hours only, purchase a copy of Uncle Shug's book. Send me a screenshot. And I'll give you 2 weeks free promotion. I'm the showrunner here, and we'll put you in the community section, okay? Go to the community section and get a copy of Uncle Shug's book, all right? Hold on, guys. Area code 857, good evening. We're talking about the Sesame Place press conference today. Did you see it? 857. Yes, no, maybe? Okay, you're on some type of bad speakerphone. I can't do that. 702. Good evening, 702.
What's up, Star?
Oh, shit. On the block with Jen. What's going on, Jen?
I'm really, really good. So I hit that 3,000. I went over, so I have to thank you. You know what I mean? And the Troll Babies.
Let's
they
go.
like me. The Troll Babies like me. They really, really like me deep down.
No, they don't. This is not about like. This is about traffic. They want to see what you're going to say, and then they want to challenge you. You've got no friends. You've got no fans. But go ahead.
But however you put it, long as they keep coming.
Okay. So what's cracking? Did you see? I'm sorry. Did you see the press conference? Tamika Mallory. She was cooking today.
I watched the whole thing.
Come on.
I watched the whole thing. It reminded me. I was laughing throughout and pausing. It reminds me of a Chappelle skit. I can't believe that it's real. I can't believe that this is where we are in 2022, and I can't believe that they're making a bigger deal about the Muppet than they are about Jalen Walker. Like, I'm shocked. But this is where we are. This is 2022. In 2022, I guess the racist Muppet is a bigger deal than a man shot 60 times. I think, I said before, the activists of today are celebrities, okay? They're social media celebrities. They're not the type of people who are going to get run over and hosed down and attacked by dogs, you know what I mean? These are celebrities. Tamika Mallory's, I'm sure, she got the Cadillac deal. I'm sure she's waiting for the Nike deal now. Like, these are celebrities. These attorneys, Ben Crump, all of them, they're about the bag. And I'm not mad, okay? I'm from New York, but I know a hustle when I see it, and I'm not mad. But that's what it is. And if you notice, like, they get tongue-tied a lot. Like, I'm like, these are your representatives? Like, how did this man pass the bar? The attorney that was speaking, I was like, he's quoting Kermit the Frog. He's quoting the Sesame Street song.
I caught that.
I was like, this is a Chappelle skit. This is not happening, but it's happening. I did hear them say, though, they're not going to sue, but the attorney did say that they want some sort of monetary, award for the pain and suffering that they're going to have to pay for, right?
Stop right there. Did he say monetary, or did he allude to paying for mental health bills and things like that?
Right, exactly. Right. He wants Sesame Place to pay for that. So how is he going to get that without a lawsuit? Does he think Sesame Place is going to cut him a check for a psychiatrist?
Possibly. Now hang on a second, Jen. You are part of the black community, yes? You have a beautiful,
absolutely, yes,
a beautiful child with a black man. You've dated, for the most part, black men. Randy has given you the moniker nigga specialist. I don't know if you want that or not.
No one said that to me. I didn't know what they were talking about, but Randy did it. Okay.
Okay. But now hang on a second. To be fair, Tamika Mallory did mention today was the birthday of the young man who was shot at 90 times. Is that Jalen Walker? I get my...
Yeah, she gave him, absolutely. She gave him a little honorable mention in between the racist Muppets.
Well, hang on. I mean, she was cooking, in my opinion. Tamika Mallory, she was getting it in. And listen, I'm so old, I saw the influence of Reverend Al Sharpton because she has come out of the National Action Network. So she's no joke. She's no lightweight. Mm-hmm. I thought she got it in. I thought that she hit all the good points. She even mentioned the corporation that owns Sesame Street. But now, hold on a second. I want to go back.
SeaWorld, right. She mentioned
SeaWorld. But now I want to go back for a second. You said that the activists of today are celebrities. Well, back in the days, you had Jim Brown, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Muhammad Ali, and you had other people who were also celebrities leading the charge for Black America. Go ahead.
Blasphemy, because those people were celebrities already and use their platform, right, to be activists, whereas now these people are choosing to be activists so they can be celebrities. So I think it's different. This is my opinion. I think it's different today. Those people, they, for the most part, they didn't have to do what they did. As a matter of fact, it was a risk to their career and to their bag. Today, it's the other way around. These people they start with no bag. Then they figure if they become an activist, they're popular on social media, then they can get a bag. So it's the complete opposite.
Hang on. Isn't that term celebutante? I forget. There's a term for that. That's the reason why we have Kim Kardashian and others. Mm-hmm. Did you vote for Donald Trump? I voted for him twice.
No, I don't vote.
I'm sorry. Say that again, Jen.
I do not vote. I've never voted. I never will. I don't vote. I don't partake.
We're going to come back to that conversation. Hang on.
Okay.
Did you support Donald Trump at any point during his administration?
Not ever. Okay. Never.
Okay. Well, my point is,
I was done with Trump.
Hang on.
I was done with Trump.
Hang on. My point is, Donald Trump was a maverick of sorts. He was not a politician. He was a celebrity, a businessman, a landlord, a guy who had no political experience. So we have changed as a society. But go ahead. I want you to speak. Go ahead.
Correct. No, I agree with you 100%. Like, nothing is what it used to be. Everything is modern. Everything is watered down, and it's about how many followers you have on social media. Yeah. I just think, like, the activists of today, as far as Tamika Mallory hitting all the points, I mean, it's the same script. You have to think. It's been the same script for 4 or 5 decades. So long as you don't, veer off the script, I mean, I can do the script. Like, I can literally stand on a microphone right now and hit all the points that she was making because it's the same script every time something happens. Like, you just hit the key points, that you have to hit at every press conference. It's the same thing. You throw out a couple one-liners and you hope they go viral. And then on on to the next, murder that happened. So it's, it's not rocket science. At this point,
Gotcha.
activism is not rocket science, is what I'm saying. I wanted to speak really quickly about nigga. Can we just get into that real quick? Nigga versus spick.
Well, hang on, because I think we have spoken about that before. I want to, in case people don't know, I know you mentioned this on your platform. I just saw a little snippet. You at some point, you've worn a costume similar to Rosita. Walk us down that road, please. Walk us down that road.
Yes. Okay. So the costume itself, right? It is, the visibility is like almost zero, right? So you do have to have a handler walking with you. So it's actually a freaking skill. All right. It's not easy to do. It's hot. The head you wear on your head, it's really heavy. So, it's a miserable job. I can't imagine doing that, in this heat, right? And you skip a lot of kids, right? I was never like in a, doing a parade. I can imagine that's even worse. But it is possible that you're going to miss certain people and certain kids. I noticed that they weren't really addressing the
hang on, Jen, can you tell us what costume you wore and at what point in your life?
Oh, no, I was very young. I was working for a company that used to read books for little children in a library, and they would bring out the big characters. And I was a bunny.
Okay.
I was a bunny. But, I will say this.
How old was young? Because how old was young? Because you're a woman, of a certain age. How old were you there?
No, I was late teens. Teens. This was... Yeah, late teens. Many.
You were an adult.
But
you were an adult.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course, I was an adult. But it's hard to be in that costume. With that said, I don't. Now it's a fetish, right? Furries are now a fetish. So that it's a whole different situation. But I'm talking about specifically that particular costume with the big head. It's hard to work in those costumes. And the woman did say no to a white lady who wanted her to hold a baby. She also said no to the white lady. That's also on video.
Okay. So Jen, can I ask, do you not want to see that mother Jody and her daughter and her niece get a bag? Are you saying that the female who was in that costume should be given a pass and everybody should just go about their business? What are you saying, Jen?
I say that the female in the costume should be fired.
Okay.
And I think Jody and the family should accept those free tickets that Sesame Place was trying to give them, okay? And go try to get a bag somewhere else. That's what I think. I think they should take those free tickets Sesame Place was trying to give them and go on about their miserable lives. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It'd be frivolous, but
Whoa, why do they have to be miserable? What?
Because why would you? First of all, why it is why I think she's miserable. Because why would you raise two little innocent, naive girls to be defeatist and weak? Now those little girls are going to be dealing with life like this.
Well, one of the girls,
that's horrible.
One of the girls is her niece, and the other one was her daughter.
Yes.
So they were not her daughters.
Yeah, I know. She had her niece with her today. She had her little niece in that mess. I feel sorry for the children. I really, really, really feel sorry for the children because they're getting dragged into a circus. I feel sorry for them. I really do. I feel sorry for the babies. They're innocent. They're innocent, but, got to get that bag.
Well, listen, I don't want to make this long, drawn-out thing about the N-word because we have discussed that before. I'm cool with, I'm cool with your perspective. I feel a certain way, but we don't have to focus on that. But let me say this, Jen. We have to get you back on the show maybe tomorrow, Friday. You don't vote, Jen?
I don't vote. No, I will never vote. I don't vote.
Are you able to vote? Are you a convicted felon?
Of course I'm able to vote. Yeah. I'm not a felon.
Jen, I don't know you. So you can vote.
I can vote. Yes, I can vote. Yes, I can vote. Yeah, I do not. I will not. I never will. I will not partake. It is damn near against my religion, and I don't even have a religion.
Genuine atheist. That I do know that
Yes.
you're an atheist. Okay. Matter of fact, do you want to stay with me for a second? I mean, I'm not rushing you off. I think we should discuss this more. We've got you on the line. Can you hang out?
Yeah, what, the voting thing?
Well, I'm sure people are going to want to talk to you. I don't want to speak on your behalf. Do you have 5 minutes? Can you hang on for 5 minutes?
Yeah, I'll hang.
Okay,
I'll
sit
hang,
tight.
I'll hang.
Sit tight. Guys on the block with Jen is on the line. Anybody want to talk to Jen? Jen got smoke for black people. She said she's a part of the black culture. I'll give her that. But damn, she don't vote. Hooping and hollering about Puerto Rico, oh, Puerto Rico, oh, and don't vote. Area code 646. Good evening, are you there? 646. 1212.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, sir. How are you? Good evening.
What's up, man?
Yeah. What's up, sir? You have the floor.
Yeah. I'm calling about the characters and all that. See, I'm from Manhattan.
Okay.
And most of those, it's a lot of characters down on 42nd Street. It's a lot of them. And most of them, if not all of them, are Mexican. They're not black, they're not white, they're not Spanish. Most of them are Mexican. And, technically, the way I feel, Mexicans don't really like blacks like that anyway. So I'm not surprised that even happened like that. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm not sure.
That's all I want to
No,
say.
stay with me. I'm not sure where you're going. How do we get to Mexicans? By the way, sir, this is a Mexican platform. Right? You have an issue with Mexicans?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
I'm part Mexican. What are you
I'm
talking
I'm
about?
not racist or prejudiced about any race, but what I'm saying is I know for a fact that some Mexicans don't like blacks. So,
Well, sir, black people don't like black people. Why are you targeting Mexicans? What are you talking about? We're talking about the press conference with regards to Sesame Place or black culture. How are you on the Mexicans? I'm confused.
because that's what I see most people that are in those characters, playing those characters with the Elmos and the fucking Spider-Mans. Oh, excuse me, French. With Spider-Man and all those characters that be down on 42nd Street taking pictures with people and waving, for tips. Most of them are Mexican. So, and I know for a fact, that Mexicans don't really like blacks too tough. That's my opinion.
I beg to differ. Stay with me. Don't rush off. I've dealt with.
I'm not.
Hang on, sir. Stay with me. I've dealt with Mexicans for decades in terms of landscaping and other things. I was an organic farmer for close to 20 years in Pennsylvania. Beautiful people. I never had an issue. I've never had a Mexican try and come through my window at 4 o'clock for the goddamn flat screen. Now, blacks and Puerto Ricans, they try and line you up.
Right.
I've never had an issue with Mexicans.
Right.
They come here, they work hard. Where they come from, in some areas, yes, they get it in. They will hack each other up, but it's tradition and order. I respect that. Are you African American? I don't want to assume. Are you African American? What are you, sir? Caribbean?
Who, me? No, I'm American, Black American.
Okay.
Mom and dad was born in South Carolina, North Carolina.
Okay. All right.
I was born in Manhattan. Up in Harlem. So I'm just giving you my opinion about the characters. When I saw that and I saw like they was like ignoring the black kids,
right.
I said, wait a minute. That's I just equated it with, them not really liking blacks too tough and most like I don't know. Did they find out who was inside the character? Did they find out who it was?
It's a female. But now hang on a second. To be fair, how old are you and what part of Manhattan do you live in? Uptown, downtown?
I'm 54.
Okay.
I'm 54 years old.
Where at in Harlem do you live, sir? Or Manhattan? You said Manhattan. What part? Downtown, uptown?
Yeah, I'm uptown, Harlem.
Okay. Dykeman, Sugar Hill, where, sir?
In the heart of Harlem, near the Harlem Hospital area. Uptown.
Gotcha.
That little Harlem area, Lenox.
Gotcha.
You
So now hang on a second. So now when you go out to the store, whatever, you go to the corner to get your Lucy's, are you concerned with Mexicans breaking into your apartment to rob you, or are you concerned with concerned with little black kids sitting on the stoop watching your every move?
Nah. No. I mean, I got some people that are Mexican that are friendly. Some of them are friendly. But I see like if I go to a store or something, they're like,
Sir, when you go to get your malt liquor on a Sunday morning, sir, are you concerned about Mexicans crawling through the goddamn fire escape or blacks?
Nah.
Okay. All right.
Not really.
Thank you.
Because I'm not worried about that.
Thank you for your call, sir. Thank you. Okay, everybody, hold on. I let that man speak. I'll let him speak. Area code 857. Good evening, right there. 857. I've got Jen on the line with me. Jen doesn't vote, sir. Let that man speak. I'll let him speak. Turn that down in the background, please. Turn that down. 857. Are you there?
Yes, right here. Right here, OG. How you doing tonight?
Yes, sir. Please turn down the BET, whatever you've got going. You got a lot going there. Please.
Got you right now, OG. How you doing?
Down. I'm doing, sir. I'm doing. What's cracking? Jen's on the line. Jen doesn't vote.
Cool, man.
Jen doesn't vote.
I'm Dominican American. Put Jen on the line. She's Puerto Rican. I want to talk to her.
She's right there. She's right there.
I'm already here.
How you doing, Jen?
I'm really good. How are you?
I got a question. Why you don't vote? Because I don't vote either, but I want to see your opinion and I want to see where your mind's at. Why you don't vote?
Oh my God! Listen, to the short answer, it's the same dragon, two different heads. I'm not playing the game with them. That's all.
I respect that.
It's simple to me.
I got a question. Did you come from a capitalistic set of mind, or do you come from I don't vote because is this there's two snakes in that bullshit? You already know.
Right. Well, it's I don't hate capitalism, if that's what you're asking me.
No,
I don't hate capitalism, but I don't, it's the same, it's a dragon, a two-headed dragon. It's the same shit. And I think it's actually silly that we think we're going to vote these white people into office and they're going to help our lives. I pay the same taxes. I go to work. I go to sleep. I eat. I got my family. I got my bills. And no politician, as you can see, I haven't voted for any ever. I'm living the same life as everybody else who's voted for a politician and is always crying about the politics. Except I don't complain about anything. Because I didn't vote any of them in. These people choose politics like they choose sports. That's all it is. It's who's wearing your favorite jersey, the Republicans or the Democrats. But it's really sports, and human beings gravitate towards sports, and that's what politics is. I don't watch sports, and I don't do politics.
Right.
I'm not playing that. I'm not playing that game of I'm gonna vote for this guy because he's gonna make my life better.
Hang on a second, Jen. All right, so sir,
me working and making money, that makes my life better. Not
Jen,
the white man at the podium.
All right, sir, you said you're Dominican. Were you born here? Where were you born, sir? And why don't you vote?
Now, I'm Dominican. I'm Dominican.
I heard
I'm
you.
Dominican American of African descent. Listen, when it comes to me personally, I'm not Black American, but I'm in tune with my blackness. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay, same. So that's the same like me. Same.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't, when it comes to...
Two culture vultures on the line. Now, hang on, sir, where were you born? That's the question. Sir, where were you born? I'm not going to... Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Are you ready to answer the question, sir? Where were you born? That's the question.
I was born in the Bronx, but I'm in Boston right now.
Okay. All right. Okay. Do you want to add anything with regards to the main topic, the press conference? Did you see it? Do you care?
Repeat that again?
Do you want to add anything to the main topic, the Sesame Place press conference today in New York City? Did you see it? If not, it's fine.
All right. When it comes to the Sesame Place, I'm going to be honest with you. Question is, who is the person behind. You know what I mean? And who you really you know, at the end of the day, imagine if it was a black woman. What are we gonna say? You know what I mean? That's the question. What is it, you know, a white woman? You really can't really. You know what I'm saying, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Let's get him out of here. He had nothing to say. All right, Jen, sit tight. And area code 404, sit tight. Have Jen on the line with me at 404. Sit tight. Turn it down in the background, please. Okay, guys on the screen, www.creditwizpro.com. It's one of my main sponsors. If you go there, you got to mention Star or Star Report to get a free consultation. Hang on a second. I've got all the info right here. They can help you with not just credit issues, okay? Late payments, judgments, child support. You need to talk to someone at Credit Wiz Pro now because there are new laws coming down soon where you're going to have to start paying child support before the child even comes out of the womb. So holler at creditwizpro.com, bankruptcy, student loans, charge-offs, and they can help you take control of your credit. They will help you with Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, your FICO score, and other things, okay? Okay, area code 404. I have Jen on the line with me. Did you see the press conference, the Sesame Place press conference? 404. Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir, Jim.
Good evening. Who's on the line with us? Sir, are you there? Hello? What are you doing? Come on, what are you doing?
Hello?
Let's get you the fuck out of here, bozo. Area code 313. Good evening. Can you hear me? 313.
Hey, yo, what up, dog? I can hear you.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Good evening. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, I just want to talk about the whole nigga stick thing real quick. Like, I'm from Detroit, right? And like, I don't know how things got all confused about Mexicans saying nigga. Like, that shit's out of there. Like, Jen, she's from Puerto Rico. Like, I ain't never seen no Puerto Rican.
Sir, Jen is from the Bronx. She wasn't born in Puerto Rico. She's from the Bronx.
Well, she said she's part of the black movement, but she's an Hispanic. You feel me? And I ain't never seen no Hispanic or no slave picking cotton. I ain't never seen. I don't see they try. It's cool to be black, so now everybody want to connect to the black side.
Well, sir, you have Taino slaves. Hold on. Sir, you have Taino slaves. You've had Puerto Rican slaves. Yes. They've been
what?
Taino slaves.
The ignorance, Lord.
The ignorance. No, we'll enlighten me then, please.
She's right there.
I'm enlightening you. Check this out. Get a book called War Against All Puerto Ricans by Nelson A. Dennis. You thought the only slaves in existence were black? You think oppression is exclusive to black people?
No.
Please don't.
We got Hebrews already slaves.
You ever heard
every race has slavery.
But sir, one at a time. She's responding to what you said. Sir, one at a time. Let her speak, and then you speak. She responded to what you're saying. Go ahead, Jen.
Because she said something that was incorrect.
Okay, well, let her speak, sir, and then you can respond. Go ahead, Jen.
What question does he have? What does he want?
No, it's not a question. I'm stating that it blows me every time I see a Hispanic say nigga, but no, y'all sticks because it's cool for y'all to be black, but when it's time to be black, you ain't black at all.
It's definitely not cool to be black. It's definitely not cool to be black. Like it is not. Okay, if we're talking about the black culture that is the most popular, it is the most degenerative culture worldwide. If we're talking about pop culture blacks. If we're talking about pop culture blacks, your Nicki Minaj, your rappers, your music, your television, you're going to let me finish? Are you going to let me finish? Okay, the black race is the only race in America that has their underbelly, okay, representing them. It's a very degenerative culture. It is not cool, sir. It is not cool.
Right.
If I am to emulate somebody black, if I'm going to emulate somebody black, I'm going to go Oprah Winfrey. I'm not going to go Meg Thee Stallion. Okay.
Okay, Jen.
So it's not cool.
Right, Jen,
Jen,
let him respond. Guys, we're having a good discussion. Let him respond.
Oprah Winfrey is a great representative. You know what I'm saying? I don't follow Meg Thee Stallion at all. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to tell you is that as far as Hispanics and as far as black folk, there's a clear difference. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be black. That's why you see these rich white folks sagging their damn pants. But when it's time to be black, oh, my name is George, I have no problem with this. That's what I'm saying. It's cool to be black when they're imitating us. But then when it's time to take that penalty, no, they ain't gonna play their white card. And over here in Detroit is 95% black. We don't play Hispanic saying nigga shit. All that shit came from New York and all that other nonsense. Y'all not black. Stop saying nigga. Because if I call you a stick to your face, I'm wrong.
Okay, can I answer?
Go ahead, Jen.
Okay, I agree with the first thing you said. A lot of white people do think it's cool to be black until they really have to be black. But you have bigger fish to fry in your own community. You have to hold the L of the word nigga because y'all turned it into a term of endearment. So now you have to hold the L every time someone else says it.
We did.
So look at yourselves. Look at yourselves. The reason why.
Right, sir, she's speaking. Hold on a second. I want us to do one at a time, sir.
Just let me finish my point.
Let her speak, sir.
Just let me finish my point.
Okay, Jen, he's on
mute. The reason why a Puerto Rican will be insulted by you saying the word spick is because we didn't turn it into a term of endearment. We don't go, hey, my spick, what's up? It's not in our music. It is not in our movies, okay? It is not in our pop culture. That's why I said you have to hold that L. You wanted to adopt it. You wanted to remix it. Now you have to hold the L. Whenever someone else says it outside of the community, you're injured by it. That is your fault. Hold that L. You did that. You did it.
All right, hold on a second.
So hold the L. Now you got to deal with it for the rest of your life.
Right, hold on,
every time
Jen.
somebody who's not melanated says it.
All right, Jen, let that man respond. Sir, I'm going to let you finish up. You sent it a donation. You have the floor.
All right, now, so I can respond to that. First, like I was saying, if you call your friend a bitch, that's a term of endearment that women do. You know what I'm saying? And we understand that. Now, to relate to what I'm trying to say, that's our shit. You feel me? And now y'all trying to infiltrate what we made cool. Now if we was called spick back in slavery, everybody be saying, "What up, my spick?" But it wasn't spick. It was the word nigga. Everything we do, the world copies. You feel me? We are 11% of America, but damn near 90% of the world want to be us.
Okay,
can I respond?
Well, sir, and I just gave him the last word. Sir, thank you for your call. Jen, stay with me, Jen.
No problem, man. Ramon White, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, hold on, Jen. Hold on. On the Block with Jen is here with me. She just reached 3,000 subscribers. What are you up to now, Jen? Do you know?
I think it's like 307 now.
Nice. Jen doesn't vote, folks. Breaking news. On the Block with Jen. Born in the Bronx. BX stand up. Maybe not. What about local voting, Jen, in your district?
I hear that's the important vote, the local voting.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Wow.
I don't. And I'm living the same life as everybody else, except I don't blame politicians when something goes wrong. I'm living the same life as everybody else. I'm paying taxes. I'm going to work, taking care of my family. I'm buying groceries, except I don't have a politician to complain about because I didn't vote for anybody. It's simple to me.
Okay. Hold on a second. Earl, I got your donation. Earl says, why is Puerto Rico too poor a state? Did you mean the poorest state in the nation? Thank you, Earl, for your donation. Houston, where are you, Houston? Okay. Okay, Houston, I got your email. Thank you, Houston, for tapping in. Somebody just sent me. Is that my picture from Zoom? Who's trying to snitch? Wait a minute. I'm not responding to you just yet. Come on and Zoom, my Zoom. You're not that old, Jen. You ever heard of the show Zoom back in the days?
No.
No? Okay. Sir Shy says, can I get a 1 minute word? Okay, wait a minute. Where's 510? Hold on a second. Where are you, sir? That man spends Skrilla. Is it Sir Shy? Sir Shy, did I say that right?
Yes, sir. Sir Shy.
Sir
at the
Shy.
San Francisco Bay Area.
How are you, man? Thank you for your donation. You have the floor, sir. You have the floor. Go ahead.
Yeah, right on. I'm on Gary right now. How you doing, Jen? How you doing, Star?
Yeah, man.
Hey.
Just a quick on the Sesame Street thing, man. It's Tamika Mallory showed up in my song, so that's going to be a circus. But I am glad that the mother is going to take some type of legal action. And Sesame Street, it's been downhill since the late great Jim Henson passed away. So they really need some brushing up at the top, because we can't have situations like this happening again.
How old are you, sir?
Well, I'm 34.
Okay. What year did Jim?
And out here in the Bay Area.
Yeah. What year did what Jim?
I never really dealt with too many Puerto Rican women.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Oh,
You mentioned Jim Henson. He died in 1990. How old were you in 1990?
Yeah.
How old were you?
So that I would be 4. I was 4 years old when they had that special on TV.
Sir. Sesame Street has taken so many different avenues since 1990. And to be fair, and objective, Tamika Mallory, she was cooking today. I got to give her props, man. She really.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, did you see the press conference? Not that you had to. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it on Tariq's page, on World Star, on everything on Instagram.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Go ahead. You're saying?
But yeah, I'm not mad at Jen. I heard her conversation with the Detroit guy. Really, both had good points. Mm-hmm. I have no issues with Puerto Rican culture to a degree. The food. Hector Camacho Macho, and the women. Man, they love reverse cowgirl.
Oh Jesus.
Hey, it's true. I'll be like, damn.
Okay.
Anyway, glad Jen made $3,000. I just wanted to get a word in quickly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your donation, man.
All right, have a good day, y'all.
Yes, sir. Take care. Okay. Hold on, Jen. Stay with me. Let me just clear the lines for a second. Big Aki tapping, and he says, fuck out of here. Empanadas from the cart. Us cocholos. What is it? Don't claim you. And what is Puerto Rican culture besides catching bounty and screwing up areas? Big Aki, do you want to call in? Okay. Guys on the screen, www.smartlandbuyers.com. I want to welcome them back as a sponsor. When I take my road trip in mid-August, I'm leaving before Labor Day. I'm going to be going through South Dakota, Montana, and I'm going to be looking at land. And I've already got my eye on some things, but they can help you. For anybody who's looking to invest or buy land, I'm sure they've got some properties in some of those places I'm going through on my road trip. Tell them I sent you, okay? www.smartlandbuyers.com. Desmond Fox, where are you, sir? He says, Star, I was the first caller. Tell Jen. Okay. What happened, Desmond Fox? Are you back on the line? Your phone was crazy, man, if that was you. Did we have a good conversation? Okay. That was Desmond Fox. Says, tell Jen from the bodega she's an enemy to us like they all are. Okay. Thank you, Desmond Fox. Tone, I got your donation. Tone says, respect for the machine. Thank you, Tone, for tapping in. And Nat from Michigan, salute, Star, up north with the family listening. Thank you so much, Nat. All right, Jen, I'm going to finish up with you so I can get focused here again. The press conference, you watched the entire thing today, yes, with Until Freedom.
I sure did.
My son and Tamika. I'm sorry, go ahead. You were saying?
No, that was it. I saw it. I commented on it. I commented on what I thought.
Any final thoughts?
No, other than I guess she'll get her money and then they'll go on about their business to the next go round. I guess. I'm just waiting on the Tamika Mallory. I'm waiting on the Tamika Mallory Nike commercial.
Well, now hang on a second. If she does get a corporate sponsor, and she's able to work with the corporation to enhance, I don't know, something with regards to black culture, black jobs, policies, and things of that nature. Wouldn't that be a good thing? Or Do you not want to see her?
It would be.
Okay.
No, it would be a wonderful thing, but it never works out that way. Like it usually works out, they hold a concert, they invite Snoop Dogg, some chicks that's working next to him, and then that's their, that's the corporation's contribution. That's the problem. Like it's like it never really turns into anything, and then everybody goes, they cut the checks, and then everybody goes home. So, but good luck to her. You know what I mean?
Okay.
On to the next, I guess.
Good to talk to you on the block with Jen. Take care.
Good night, sir. All
right, good night. All right. Jen tapping in, standing firm. That's what I like, a woman who stands firm, okay? Where's another one of my sponsors? Hold on a second. Where is songsthatwork.info? And folks, don't forget, if you go into the community section and you purchase a copy of Uncle Shug's book, send me a screenshot. I'll give you 2 weeks of free promotion, okay? You have only 24 hours to do that. In the community section, purchase a copy of Uncle Shug's book. Send me a screenshot. 2 free weeks of promotion on the Star Report, okay? There you go, www.songsthatwork.info on the screen. Let me talk about them real quick. They actually called in, was it Monday, pardon me. Songsthatwork.info can help you with money-earning opportunities, email contacts, email pitch templates, listening to music, and other things with regards to crypto companies and the tools that can help you elevate and advance your career, whether you be a producer, manager, or an artist, okay? www.songsthatwork.info. All right, let me go to, is that Randy, 209? Area code 209.
Hello, yes.
Randy, my nigga, how you feel?
Yes, I just want to give today's mathematics real quick.
Now, hang on a second. Do not troll the nation of gods and earths. I have a lot of respect for them.
Unless... Oh, no, I just wanted to... Today's a black show. I wanted to give today's mathematics. Wisdom cipher, all being born to wisdom.
Okay.
I just want to show respect to the culture that I, emulate in certain factors in my life,
Okay, if you say so.
I want to give homage where it's due, The culture that is so popularized, whether it be for its ignorance, does not get its flowers,
Okay, now that is my question in the showrunner. I'm going to put that back on the screen in a second. Will black culture...
The topic must always be,
Yeah, will black culture always be exploited? So many people...
Yes, that is correct.
So many people use it as a stepping stone, and then when they elevate their status and or careers, they then shake off the yoke. I've seen this happen on multiple occasions, from musicians to actors, politicians who are professional liars. They come to the hood, they kiss the black babies, they're giving people soul brother handshakes and all sorts of shit, and then when they get to the office that they're trying to get to, they then become really weird.
That is correct.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I feel the black culture will always be exploited because there's no gatekeepers or council or real corporation that has been established by the people of the culture. Even the art forms that you guys create, whether it's expression through dance and music, most of the times the artist doesn't own their expression, and it's sold and by another culture, and it's bought by another culture. So as long as there's no gatekeepers to this culture, it will always be exploited. And then when it's needed, and the people that exploit it will always run back to their said culture once they feel like they pulled a wool over the community. Right. Like saying you're not black if you don't vote for such and such. It's so easy to play the race card when people don't have unity. There's no real community. So
if I can just jump in and champion what you've just said, years ago, man, maybe going back 16 or 17 years ago, I used to speak about that, hip hop needing a council, if you will. And
Yes.
I actually shot a pilot with myself, my homie Lord Jamar, and Faith Newman, who's a very well-known A&R and executive. I've known Faith for many years. We shot a show called, a pilot called The Hip Hop Council. So I think you're right, because there's no quote-unquote council or gatekeepers that hold positions, but then again, it's hard to try and regulate or give guidance to something that is so dominant, so popular, so splintered. So I think the time has passed.
So universal now,
Yeah. Worldwide, it's crazy out of hand, but
exactly.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you could continue. I was also going to touch on the Sesame Street to try to tie this in full circle.
Go ahead.
Because Jen was making a point that now celebrities are the new spokesman for the struggle and the trauma and the mouthpiece of the community. We don't have no more strong leaders. We don't have Elijah Muhammad. We don't have Malcolm. We don't have none of these mouthpieces to the community and to the pain of the urban people. Now it's these celebrities trying to exploit them, and there's no one to weed them out to really say anything. But I think even if the celebrities exploit this, at least someone is trying to shed light on it, someone with a platform. Because other than that, it'll be brushed under the table like all the other incidents with the children being snubbed at these amusement parks. So right now, the cry for help is a step in the right direction, because too much FBA people haven't been compensated for the trauma that this land has given them and the trauma that it will continue to feed to their children. Even if it was the parent that had to bring that to their attention, they will see it in their future, and it won't be caused by this incident. It's just something that happens in the day-to-day in this world. You'll find racism in any place in the world where there's classism, where there's wealth and there's, colorism.
Now, hang on a second, Randy. I appreciate your perspective. My philosophy, Objective Hate, and I wrote I wrote 3 books. I only put out the first book thus far. Objective Hate. You can go to my troyterrain.org to download a free copy. Race, in my opinion, race is something we're always going to deal with here in America. And racist, the definition has changed over the decades or centuries, if you will. So do you think that the press conference and the way that the media is approaching this Sesame Place situation, do you think that that they're using the right approach? I mean, again, I'm giving Tamika Mallory a lot of props on it. I thought that she executed very well. But do you think that there's a different way? You're a younger person, not yet 30, right? Do you think there's a different way this should be approached? Please.
I think it's the right step forward because everyone's using their platforms. This is our voices now. The world has changed, as you said. Racism has changed, and the way of protesting has changed. Sometimes we need clout, and we need to use these platforms.
Right.
And the way that they're going about it is the right way. Holding protests of such manner, like you said, where she articulated herself very well.
Yeah.
These are well displays of a brighter time, but we could try to emulate that, but we need a what's it called, a plan, a blueprint. We cannot just stop here. We need to put our foot on every scenario's neck, and treat everything the same, because we need a mouthpiece to what's been going on and what's been, thrown under the rug for so many years. I feel that the people should be compensated for trauma that happens on the daily,
Okay.
This is just one example that was caught on camera, and they'll continue to do, like when the children get told to cut their dreads in school for certain sports and so on and so forth. All that stuff happens, know?
Yeah.
Or they're told
There's
that.
actually a bunch of videos circulating now with what appears to be Sesame Street characters just being a little excessive with black kids. Have you seen any of those?
That is correct.
Have you seen any of those?
Yes, I've seen it. And this was going to bring me, I don't want to go on a rant, but I think it's disgusting that a place that caters to children's entertainment is just now incorporating training for that. You'll think that would be a part of the MO. When I worked in clothing in my past years, there in the training, they'll teach you about diversity and not to, what's it called? Speculate like, oh, the black person's gonna steal rather than the white person. You can't go with that mindset. Yeah. And when I worked at an elderly home, they told me to leave the N-word at the door. During my training, I let this slip, and they told me, oh, no, you cannot say that here because that's a very triggering word once you step into this building.
Okay.
And you know, so people should already... These corporations should already have protocols for these things, because when you go to Sesame Street, it's not about the parents' experience, it's about the children, you know, and children should not be ignored, you know, and they should not be snubbed. Even if it wasn't, like people were pointing out, it could have been a coincidence. You can't see everyone in the costume. Yeah. You have to make it your job. You're a servient.
Very well
to
said.
These people. You have to to give your energy to the people that spend their hard-earned cash on the overpriced popcorn, the overpriced beverages, the people that are trying.
Goddamn hot dogs are probably $7.
Probably 7. I'll say 12 because I go to theme parks with my little cousins and my nieces. You know, I do very much family things. Once you go through the door, a popcorn will charge you 15 for a small. So you can only imagine you can only imagine the hassle that the aunt and the mother had to go through in this economy to try to bring that unreal, bigger than life moment for these children.
Randy, listen, I hate to cut you short, man. I have to take other callers and get to these cash apps, man. Good to talk to you. Good to talk to you.
Always.
Thank you, man.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Randy tapping in. Making some really, really good points tonight, wasn't he, Randy? Hold on a second. How do I say your name? Is it Prince? Prince, I'm not a lawyer. I've been involved in legal matters over the years. If you want to pay me for a consultation, I'll see what I can do. I have a 501c3, the Snitch Network, but send me an email. Let's get on a call. If you're going down the path that you say you are within the music industry, you have to cover yourself. I mean, you're going to get sued. I don't want to say what your line of what your direct line of work is, but at some point you're going to get sued. Somebody is going to be ungrateful or aggy, and they're going to sue you. And there's a lot of precautionary measures I think that you should take. You can't just be friends with everybody. You can't just do handshake deals, you know. That sounds hot, you know. Nah, I gave you my word as a man, you know. Can't do that. You have to make sure that you are indemnified. Key word, indemnified with regards to certain things that may or may not happen. Quick little story. One of the radio stations I was working at, they kept having like physical altercations in the lobby, and then there was a shooting in front of the station one time. I don't want to mention the station. You guys know what I'm talking about. And part of the reason why I left in 2003, for those who know the real story, and I don't have to keep beating you over the head with this, I left in 2003 because of concern about certain things, aside from the fact that they would not let me syndicate the Star and Buckwild show. They didn't have certain security measures in place. It was too much of a goddamn circus. Now, I don't mean to go too far back, but for those of you who don't read, respectfully, and you don't pay attention to history, Aaliyah died in 2001. Star was suspended with pay. Star left Hot 97 in 2003 because they did not want to pay me. I've already posted those documents and the letter from the lawyer begging me to sign the contract and even saying, we'll send the contract to Pennsylvania in a car. Just sign it, and the car will bring it back. Anyway, sorry to ramble, but to your donation, you sent in a nice donation. Precautionary measures is what you have to take. Because that corporation, or the corporations of today, you better believe they have things in place that if you get arrested, even if you're not convicted, if you get arrested, they can fire you by something called moral turpitude. They can fire you. So you have to have things in place that say, well, if you fire me because I'm suspected of something, you still pay me the money on the contract, okay? I think this is a call from overseas. Are you there? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, good evening.
How are you? I can hear you. Can you hear me, sir?
Oh, yes, sir, I can hear you. I'm actually out of the 510 area.
Okay.
Which is the Bay Area.
Okay.
But, in regard to the Sesame Street incident, one of the things that I can...
Sir, you sound like you're in a bathhouse. Can I ask you to come closer to the phone, take off the headset? Give him a second.
All right, we good now?
It's a little better. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, so in regards to the incident that took place with the Sesame Street character, I think that was real, it was real upsetting how the young black kids was treated.
Okay.
But and you got Tamika Mallory, you got my son that come out for the press conference and put on the whole show. But I think that you were saying something earlier in regards to how it was being presented. Is that the right way to go about addressing something like this via a press conference?
Well, let me just say this again. I am the objective hater, and I'm not just going to say something just to make you laugh or to get a chuckle. I'm not a comedian. I think Tamika Mallory was cooking today. She got busy. She was popping on all cylinders. She was popping so much that my son just stood back and let her do her thing. There's times when he will interject. He's a very smart man. He and I have history going back many, many years. But then he knows how to just let her do what she does. So, objectively speaking, I thought she did a phenomenal job. But the approach, I'm just asking, I'm not, looking at the glass as halfway empty. The approach to something like this in 2022, this what we perceive to be an act of racism. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings about the press conference?
Yeah, I to that point, I feel that it was a bit performative.
Okay.
It was performative.
Okay.
Because when you have this situation took place in New York City, am I correct?
Philadelphia, sir. Well, the press conference was in New York City, but the incident was at Sesame Place amusement park in Philadelphia. Go ahead.
Okay, so that makes it even worse. So, I just read in the paper the other day that a 14-year-old, black boy was shot in the head and killed in Harlem just the other day.
Okay.
But they're holding a conference in New York City about an incident that took place in Philadelphia. Like, you have a proliferation of young black males that are literally going around killing each other, shooting each other in the head. Mm-hmm. They're glorifying it in the music.
Right.
Why is it Tamika Mallory and my son addressing that? That is the we always hear this saying, the children are the future. The black youth are your future, and they're killing each other. So where's your future? Well, how are we allowing them to, like?
If I can respond to what you just said, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with Until Freedom? That's the organization that they are two of the co-founders for Until Freedom.
Yes, I am familiar with.
Okay. Now they are out there. I don't know every situation or tragedy that they are at, but they are at those particular types of situations from time to time that you just described. I can say that, and I'm not caping for them. I'm just saying they put boots to the ground. I can't say each and every shooting they take part in, but go ahead.
Well, I'm not asking them to take place in each and every showing. What I am saying is that we are seeing a proliferation of Black death, young Black death,
right,
all across urban cities in America.
I agree.
From New York to Atlanta to Houston, Texas, to Los Angeles, to Philadelphia, Baltimore, et cetera, et cetera. They haven't put on a conference in regards to that,
okay,
to bring attention to this. This is a phenomenon in the Black community. Never before in history in the Black community have Black youth been murdering each other in the rate that they're murdering each other right now.
I agree. So do you have?
And it be glorified in music and celebrated in music, and record labels pushing it, and all of these companies profiting off of it.
And I'll even say this: never mind the record labels. You've got the young people partaking themselves, posting the music on SoundCloud and Spotify. They are reaping the benefits, and they're getting out there and smoking each other, as their own bosses, so to speak.
Yes, this is true, but that's now you're getting into a murky part of the situation, because the way I dissect it, it's a three-part situation.
Okay.
You have three parts in this. You have one, the people that you're talking about, the artists, the young Black youth who are in these impoverished areas that have been socially constructed to be impoverished. You have Black youth artists in these areas. Then you have the record labels, the companies that promote it, that brand it, that sell it, that package it, that market it. And then you have the consumer, you have the audience. So you have these three people. You have the artists, you have the record labels, then the companies that are promoting it, and then you have the audience who are, we're buying this, we're consuming it, we're saying, yeah, we like this music where you're talking about killing each other. So who's really to blame? Yeah. We're all participating in this cycle where the only people...
You are 100% right. Do you have any solutions to put on the table? I'm agreeing with everything you said. Everything.
Okay. Now so now we're going back full circle. The solution that I would have is that we need to start putting more pressure on people that have the microphones, like your Mysons and your Tamika Mallory's and your, LeBron made a statement that, white people are killing, Black people often. He made a statement in regards to how, police are gunning down Black folks. He said something about,
putting pressure on them how, sir? Never mind LeBron James right now. Putting pressure on them how? What do you suggest be the process?
Well, we need people with microphones to start calling attention to what is happening.
Okay.
In the community.
Okay.
Right now, the people that have the microphone are using it to talk about a Sesame Street character that happened to overlook some Black girls, which is wrong. But right now we have a much more heavier situation, a much more dire situation in the Black community. And that is Black youth have taken a liking to becoming murderers.
Okay, now hang on a second. I want to stop you, and I appreciate everything you've just said. The internet now, social media provides the platform that you've spoken of for people who are a part of the culture that you're referencing. It provides a platform for them to speak up and be heard. But by way of research, I'm a man of research. I did research for a decade before I ever got to the radio in March of 2000. Certain cultures like certain forms of entertainment over others. Certain cultures prefer music in the morning. They call it rhythmic. They don't want a bunch of news. They just want a little gossip segment. Give me some tea. But I need to pop my fingers in the morning. I need something to take my mind off of all the bullshit. Research took Roland Martin off of, News One? And Roland Martin is a very intelligent man. I met him. Research, the corporation looked and said, hey, he's smart as shit, but research says we should be playing the Jamie Foxx show and the Marlon Brothers, the Wayans Brothers reruns. What do you say about that?
I missed that last part. Could you say it one more time?
Research shows us that certain cultures want certain things over, more informative news at certain times of the day. What do you say about that?
Right. Yeah. Research shows that people want this type of stuff and have an appetite for it.
Yes.
But the people have an appetite for it because they've been conditioned to have an appetite for it.
Okay.
Again, there was a time when black folks would have never had the appetite for somebody like Lil Nas X, I believe his name is,
okay,
to have the success that he has. But the industry and the people that are really working the gears to this thing, they have slowly over time conditioned the masses to buy into the
bullshit
of gangsterism, of glorifying a particular type of lifestyle that black folks can't survive.
Combined with the destruction of the black family, I'll even throw that in there. Yes.
Definitely combined with the destruction of the black family, which I think is at the epicenter of this entire program that we're talking about. But like I said, the black youth are the linchpin to the destruction of the black family. People think it's the black man. Some people think it's the black woman. It is your black youth. That's who they want. That's who they coming for. They had to get the black man out of the way, and they had to get the black woman on drugs and hooked to welfare and all.
This man speaking facts. Pay attention.
Access to the black youth. They don't give a fuck about the black man.
You're doing good, sir. But just watch the profanity. You're doing great. Watch the profanity. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry about the profanity. But my biggest gripe right now is we have and I want black folks to hear me clearly.
Okay.
We have a serious, and I'm 29 years old.
Okay.
We have a serious problem right now amongst black youth in America, and it's not being talked about on news stations. It's not being talked about by your celebrities, by your athletes. Black youth, the murder rates in black communities all over America are skyrocketing, and it is linked
I agree.
to the music that is being pumped out right now, and the main people that are benefiting and profiting off of it do not look like us.
All right, sir, I have to take other calls. I thank you for chiming in, and I thank you for your support. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. Young man, not even 30 years of age. He was spitting the knowledge, as we used to say, huh? Big Aki tapping in again. And if black culture is so low, why are ancestors held so high around the world? Question mark. Hold on a second. Held so high around the world. People know Malcolm X, MLK, Reginald Lewis, but how many know Fat Joe? LOL. Big Aki with the uppercut. Guys, on the screen is the PayPal information in case you don't have Cash App and you want to support the show. Let me also say, I need you to hit the like button, okay, and subscribe to the Spotify page, The Star Report. Thank you for your PayPal donation. Alex says, Sesame Street should lean into this moment and introduce a racist Muppet. Okay, I'm not arguing with what you're saying. Or didn't they have one, Troll Babies? Didn't they have some type of racist Muppet at some point? Let me look in the live chat. I remember somewhere hearing that. No? I mean, you've had Oscar the Grouch for years. I wouldn't call Oscar necessarily. Well, would Oscar be racist? Oscar was just a prick. Oscar the Grouch. See, now you got me thinking. Let me Google Oscar the Grouch. Hold on a second. When was Oscar the Grouch introduced? 1969. I'm going back into time. Lives in a trash can. Okay. Is he still around? I don't know. I haven't watched Sesame Street in years. Yeah, Oscar's still around. Started in 1969. If you ask me, Oscar was probably, the closest thing to... should we call Oscar racist or just a prick? Oscar's not gay, is he? They started making some of the goddamn characters gay on Sesame Street, and that just... Okay, I don't know who you are. Folks, please just don't send me random emails during the show. If I don't know you, I'm not just reading things on the goddamn show. Hi, D, I got your donation. Thank you for your support. Okay, I don't know who this person is. I'm just going to delete. Okay. All right, Credit Wiz Pro picked up Uncle Shug's book. You now have 2 extra weeks of promotion. Guys, as I said in my community section, if you purchase a copy of Uncle Shug's book, send me the screenshot and I'll give you 2 weeks of promotion here on the Star Report, okay? Thank you, Credit Wiz Pro, for picking up a copy of Uncle Shug's book. B. Gully got your donation. Okay, taking shots at Jen. Thank you for your donation. She's no longer on the line, okay? Sir Uncle Buck, Wisdom Cipher, all being born to knowledge. Thank you for your donation. Houston, where are you? Are you calling in? Houston. He says I'm on. Houston, I don't know your area code. What area code is it? 713? I should know it. He's a day one. Houston, is that you? 713, Houston.
Yo, my nigga.
My nigga. Houston, you know I'm almost 60. You have to, in that email, you got to say I'm on the line at area code such and such. You know better than that, my nigga.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad, nigga. Just remember my government name in your will, nigga.
Got you.
That's all we talk about. Hey, dog.
What's up, man?
Hey, dog, where you want to start on this topic? Because I can go.
You know where I want to start? Hold on a second. Hold on. How many Mexican baby mamas do you have? Because somebody calling here talking crazy about Mexicans. I've never had any issues with Mexican people. They used to sell me Coke down there in MacArthur Park when I lived in L.A. I used to drive way down to get the goddamn Coke. I never got beat. I never got robbed. Mexicans are good people with me. How many Mexican baby mamas do you have?
One confirmed.
One confirmed.
Yeah, the other 2 is from some black bitches. You know, the early 2, they were back when I was out here slinging raw 2x4. That's another story.
Let's go.
But then the other one is mixed with Mexican and black.
Okay.
You feel?
Okay, let's go.
Dog.
Let's go.
But this is right on top. Shout out to Jim Henson, which is from Leland, Mississippi, the creator of Sesame Street.
Okay. Was he? Mississippi? Okay.
Yeah, he's from Leland, Mississippi.
Okay.
around the corner from me, where I was born. Dog, them people have been doing that. Oscar the Grouch is kind of like back in the days when you think of New York and an old Italian or something in the garbage can or something like that. So, they always been doing that kind of shit with, my bad. They always been doing that kind of thing with Sesame Street. And then I saw the latest version probably a year ago, and they worse now. So this is not nothing surprising to me.
Well, now, hang on a second. I can only imagine that Oscar has gotten a little bit more tame in the later years. He's not the same Oscar from 1973 and 74. Totally different, Has Oscar ever put hands on a kid on Sesame Street? Houston, are you there? Where's Houston? Houston,
my bad.
Your phone went out.
You talking crazy.
Has Oscar ever taken the garbage can and whacked a kid in the head? Pow! What are you talking about?
No. He just pop out on them when they walk by.
Okay.
And they be like, "You're such a grouch." They never took it there, so they know how to do it with certain races.
Right.
When they dealing with that on that show.
Okay.
Because when they down talking on certain races, I think the LGBT has a lot to do with this. Because it's an agenda hidden within that cartoon. In every cartoon, when kids are dealing with things.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that what they're doing now is they're trying to, it's LGBT funded, pushed all the way around.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then I was talking about that. What I sent you in the email was a show I did earlier, and I said that black women are the downfall of black men.
Okay. Now, hold on a second. Houston, stay with me. Now, you and I have had some very, I'll just say, classic moments. I'm not going in that direction tonight. I'm giving a black woman a lot of props tonight, Tamika Mallory. If you go in that other direction, you're on your own. Where you going?
Okay, well, I'll be on my own.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I ain't gonna go there.
No, nigga, go in that direction, but you're on your own. Let's go. I ain't scared.
Hey, dog.
I ain't scared.
Fuck Black Lives Matter, first of all.
Okay.
Straight up. They the downfall of black people, first of all. Them motherfuckers talking about Trump was trying to tell motherfuckers to goddamn storm the building, but these black bitches, LGBT bitches, funded by Master, goddamn it, told them to burn down businesses and shit. Ain't that a riot incited? I'm just asking.
You have the floor.
I'm tired of these black hoes sitting up here. Every time you give a black bitch some kind of power, they go overboard. I'm like, you can't get these bitches shit. If you get these bitches goddamn $1,
folks, this is Houston. He's at day one. Just let him get it out. Go ahead. I'm right here. I'm right here with you, my nigga. Go ahead.
Dog, if you get these black bitches $1 raise, nigga, they tripping. They think they better than you. Nigga, you can't get these black hoes shit. If these black hoes want goddamn respect, goddamn it, check the black bitch, check the black mammy. That goddamn generational fuck shit that's been going on. Like, damn, you got to stop the cycle some goddamn where.
Right.
Goddamn, we tired of reading about Harriet Tubman and Rosa Parks sitting in the back of the bus. That bitch wasn't the first motherfucking black woman, and she's not all the way black.
That's a fact.
To sit down and be tired, dog.
Yeah.
And have you seen a picture of Harriet Tubman? Who would hit that? I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. Houston, that's enough. Listen, man, I appreciate you.
Okay, my bad.
Hey, man, where's your banner? You're supposed to give me a banner for the community section.
Dog, my homeboy, he finishing it up right now, and I'm going to send it to you in like an hour.
Okay.
It did, dog. I got you, but I just had to chime in. And then I talked to y'all about the Mr. Potato Head thing that they had a whole rollout for with Target.
Let's continue that conversation tomorrow, man. Always good to hear from you, man. And I do get your emails.
Hey, thank you, man.
Even if I don't respond, I get your emails. I appreciate you, man. Salute.
Hey, thank you, man, and salute, man. Thank you, man. Much love to you, man.
Salute. Okay, Houston tapping in. Okay, folks, that's our show for tonight. I gotta go to sleep early. Well, soon. It's not early. Okay, Big Eye Key, thank you for tapping in. Big Eye Key went hard in the paint tonight as well. Sir Uncle Buck tapping in. I got your donation. Let me check Cash App so I don't miss anybody. Oh, jeez, what did I just hit? I'm doing too much. Elvis the Chef Rosenberg, thank you for your support. I got your donation. Judah got your donation. Yo, Star, that Rolls Royce is trash on your IG page. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the donation. Okay, how's my pocket? Hold on a second. Area code 510. Who is that? Who's on the line? 510.
Mr. Black, blackbodyworks.com.
Hey, man, good to hear from you. Hold on a second. Let me get your information on the screen. Hold on a second. I was talking to somebody earlier with respect to something. She was talking to me about herpes. I think I want to get your banner on the screen as opposed to the showrunner. I want you to talk about this. You are a sponsor. Where do you want to start, man? You have the floor. Take your time.
Oh, man, I would like to thank everybody that supported us. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback. We've been filling orders.
Nice.
We've been experimenting with new products.
Nice.
I wanted to bring a new product that we have going on. Actually, I'm really confident in it. I've been using it throughout the whole pandemic. It's thieves oil, and it's not nothing new. It's been around since like 5000 BC.
Okay.
It's in all the oldest Chinese medical books. It's anti-bacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial spray.
Okay.
Anti-parasitic. So what I do is, man, whenever I'm in the store or something, and I might be like trying to get my coffee or something, somebody come around coughing and you know, make you just feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? They didn't give you your 6 feet.
Right.
I go ahead and just, you know what I mean, spritz it around myself. It will clean the air in and around yourself. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, they got these new strains popping out. You know what I mean? All types of other things going on. So, you know, we got this product, and it's doing really well. This one I can personally vouch for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, hang on a second. On the screen, www.blackbodyworks.com. Is that a partnership? Is that you as a sole proprietor? Because you and I have spoken before. Tell us a little bit more about blackbodyworks.com.
Well, it's about 4 or 5 people involved with just trying to bring integrity back to buying black.
Okay.
I had a number of issues just trying to buy black this week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Some things got sent back and some things got returned. Some scathing emails got sent.
Uh-oh.
So, you know what I mean? Yeah, we just trying to, you know, send out all products that will, we're not just making cheap T-shirts, you know what I mean? We trying to sell you something you can use, you know what I'm saying? It's not just, you know, we do got shea butter and we do got sea moss, you know. If you want to buy some sea moss, we got that for you. But we're not really promoting that. We promoting some other things, you know what I mean?
Okay. Well, look, man, I appreciate you tapping in. In the community section is a banner and a link to your platform.
Can I go in on the topic real quick?
Yeah, please. Hang on. Let me put my face back on the screen. Hold on a second. You want to talk about the press conference. Did you see it?
Yeah, and I'm from the Philadelphia area.
Okay.
Langhorne is, you know, Langhorne. I'm no stranger to Langhorne, and it did my heart good to see people get a little reminder about where things really are. You know what I mean? Like, that's why, you know, when Biden got in here, you know what I'm saying, you know, black folks gonna relax a little bit. And I just want you to know that this how they really coming. Just when you relax a little bit, they'll throw you a bone, you know what I mean? And send your ass home. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just like, Tamika Mallory is chasing the bag. My son is chasing the bag.
Aren't we all?
It's time to upgrade from the Escalade to the Benz. And I just want to salute them. You know what I mean?
Right. Born and raised in the state of Pennsylvania?
Oh man, I'm born in Jefferson Hospital, Philadelphia, PA.
Okay. I have not been to that particular amusement park. How long has it been open?
I mean,
I don't even know.
It's trash. I mean, if you know they're going corporate is going to be one way,
right?
And then when you get down to where it's really located at, they're going to be hiring some of the locals from around there. So you really just get a taste of outside of Philadelphia is really, it's really crazy out there on the low, but at the same time, it's like, you know, they want to see what kind of black person you are. If you'll take it, they'll give it to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's primarily what I wanted to say about that.
Okay.
I'm just glad to see white people letting them know how they really feel about us once in a while, because you know they spread the lies and the jive. Oh yeah, we can be all. I mean, to a certain extent, I'm not saying all white people is like that, but a lot of people around there is.
Okay. Hey, man, I appreciate you tapping in. And again, in the community section, folks, you can go and you can click on and you can purchase some of the items, www.blackbodyworks.com. And also, you have an effective treatment for herpes. You spoke about that last time, yes?
Yes, sir. Agrazil is doing very well. We getting a lot of orders. Actually, since we've been advertising on your show, orders been coming from the West Coast.
Nice.
You know, so, you know, if you know what I'm saying, like if you just coming back from DR real quick, even if you don't even feel nothing, just, you know what I mean, go ahead and keep you one on deck just in case. You know what I mean?
Dominican Republic.
Yeah, if you coming back from DR, you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, rock the boat.
Right.
Just, you know, grab a little small thing of Agrazil, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you might catch a little lip, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to bring nothing home. You want to just take care of it before you get back around wifey, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And you be all good.
Hey, man, good to talk to you. Let's get you back on the line next week for another update, okay?
All right, man. I'm going to holler back when the window cracks.
Thank you. Salute. Okay. All right. One of my sponsors right there. Okay, guys, I have to go to Cash App. And did I promote the homie Jada Bandit tonight? Make sure you subscribe to Jada Bandit on YouTube, okay? Baja, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Troy, I got your donation. Hey, Ali, how are you? Ali says, thanks for the invaluable advice this morning. Okay, yeah. Thank you. We had a good conversation this morning. Thank you so much for your donation. Quahim, peace, Quahim, I got your donation. Okay. Jay Bandit, is that you? Okay, listen, man, pardon me. I'm just Jada Bandit. Sorry, man. I'm out of here. But you're on the screen right now. You're gonna ride out until the end. Jada Bandit on YouTube. Sent super chat, big nigga. Thank you, Black King. I got your donation. Troy again. Alex, what is Alex saying here? Okay, Alex says black women are not the most disrespected. They are the most disrespectful. Hashtag pay attention. That might be the hardest donation of the night. Let me read it again from Alex. He says black women are not the most disrespected. They are the most disrespectful. Hashtag pay attention, okay? Thank you, Alex. Sorry for the wait. King Simon tapping in. Thank you, King Simon. He says, keep up the informative work. Good to hear from you, King Simon. And I think I read everybody's. Okay. Okay, guys, please make sure you get ready for July the 22nd. That's tomorrow. Asian Doll will be dropping her new mixtape. Let's do a drill, all right? I'll see you guys at some point tomorrow. Take care. Be safe.